Up party people, it is Cash King here, and I am back. I've been away for a little bit, but I am back on YouTube, and I'm here to bring you another stock pick session on a very interesting company called ELYS Game Technology. So let's get straight into it. So ELYS is a B2B global gaming technology company. They operate in several countries, but their main operations are still in Italy. They offer clients a full suite of leisure gaming products, but the most interesting thing about them in recent years is that they've started to expand into the USA as well, which is presenting them with many opportunities to generate huge revenues in future, and I'll come on to some recent RNSs which are very exciting. So let's quickly take a quick look at their stock profile information. So you can see the stock price is currently $2.7. The market capitalization of the company is almost 72 million. The outstanding shares is about 23 million here, with a float of 15 million. So it's quite a low float, with many of the shares held by insiders, almost 40%, and 1.5% held by institutions, which isn't bad, I guess, for a company that size. So yeah, that's the very quick stock profile information for the company. If we go on FinViz, we can see that in recent months, the insider buying of this company has been huge. If I just zoom in here as well, so you can see it properly a little bit. So look, in recent months, throughout December and a little bit of November, the buying's been crazy. Look at the number of shares, the SEC forms that have been filed, the values. What's that? $200,000, $113,000, $35,000, $80,000, $90,000. That is a lot of insider buying in recent months. So obviously the insiders are thinking good things going to happen for the company, and probably that the share price is a bit of a steal at the moment as well, because it's currently sitting under $3, whereas in mid last year, I think maybe it was sitting at around $5, and they've had some good news since then. It's just market conditions, I think, which has mainly been driving it down, but the insiders seem to be buying like crazy, so that means that I guess they're quite excited for the company. What else have we got here? So let's just look at some of their financials as well. So if we look at their income statement, we can see in recent years the revenue has been growing, which is great. The balance sheet, what's that showing as well? Total assets are slowly going up year on year, and in 2020 their total liabilities actually decreased, which is interesting. And their cash flow from financing has increased from 19 to 20 as well. So yeah, in terms of their income, they're definitely generating some decent revenues. It's grown. This growth has slowed a little bit in recent years, but I think it still looks like it's growing up. And definitely their assets are increasing still. So conditions for the company are good, and especially when they're expanding in America, hopefully those revenues will continue to grow as well. If we take a look at some of their recent press releases, we can see some of the good news from the company. So they're extending their sportsbook partnership with Santa Ana Casino. I think they're in a couple of casinos now. ELYS Game Tech to operate second small business sportsbook in Washington. They opened their first test site for that was a place called Grand Central. I've been following them on Twitter. My link to that and my newsletter, by the way, in the pinned comment just under this video. But they did operate a first pilot site for this late last year called Grand Central, and I think they've done an audit on that recently, and they've seen that the figures on that for both the restaurant and the company as well for ELYS have been huge. Like, it's just been growing month on month. So their first pilot site in Washington has been going great, so it looks like they're operating a second, which is good for them. What else have we got here? They're submitting betting platform for certification ahead of New Jersey deployment. ELYS Game Tech and Lottomatica enter into a binding agreement. Oops, sorry for that. That's my phone. We're live. We'll do it live. Right, so what else have we got here? ELYS Game Tech January Investor Day Conference. There's nothing. ELYS Game Tech dealer shares in Canada. Oh yes, they were dual listed, but now they're just operating on the NASDAQ. Just focusing on their American operations. So there's on their site, actually, I've been navigating around it today, and it's got some really good, clear information. Rarely do I see actually a company's website so nice and neatly set out, and sort of investor friendly on their investor relations section. So definitely go have a look at that site if you're thinking of investing in a company. take a quick look at the chart. We can see what the share price has been doing in recent months. So what the RSI is showing, not much really. It's not that oversold. Market conditions for small cap companies has been showing this in recent months. So towards the end of last year in particular, small caps have just been hit by the market conditions. So it's been slowly decreasing here. You can see from the moving averages, it's just been falling. But in terms of a long-term outlook for the company, I still think they've got a long way to go. And I'll come on to why actually now. So this website I was reading, which is really, really helpful, or this article I mean, the sports gambling gold rush is absolutely off the charts. So this is a Bloomberg opinion, and you can see LeBron James there doing his thing. But yeah, if you read this article, it basically shows that American legal sports betting is expanding like crazy, and the money going through this industry is just going nuts. And this is just the start of it. I think in the first paragraph it said, since the Supreme Court ended federal bans on the industry's expansion in 2018, dozens of states have legalized it, and ELYS is really capitalizing on that. They're trying to get into all these markets where it's legal, set up operations. Their pilot in Grand Central has shown that they're doing some really good stuff. They've got an established model in Italy. Their product, actually, I've looked a little bit into the product. It's really flexible. You can use it on multiple platforms. It integrates with various different businesses. So it's definitely an exciting product. And with the whole environment in the US for gambling sort of taking off and being legalized increasingly, particularly in the wake of COVID, I guess people are going to want some more revenue going through these places, especially if they can tax it. So I think the outlook for sports betting is definitely growing, and ELYS is in a pretty good position to try and take advantage of that. You can see here the states where it's been legalized and how mobile sports betting has overtaken site sports betting. You can see the revenue here per some of the states in America and how money's passing through them for annualized revenue for sports books. But yeah, basically it's just very clear that this industry is still somewhat in its infancy, even if the last couple of years it has been growing. And this graphic here shows some of the industry key players and also some of the competitors as well. A key competitor would be DraftKings, which also gets a lot of hype and mention on social media. It's a bigger company. I think their valuation is a couple of billion, if I'm not wrong, the market cap for that company. But ELYS is a lot smaller, around, I think I said it earlier or at the outset, it was about 70 million. So definitely a smaller company, but hey, it's got some great opportunity for growth, particularly in the wake of COVID. People are going to want to go out and about. They're expanding into actual physical locations. Their solution's flexible. So in terms of negatives, I don't actually see too many for the company. I guess it's kind of a speculative play. So again, it's something to put perhaps a little bit of money on, but not a lot potentially, because they are quite a small company. They are just getting a foot in the market. But I do think that a lot of mergers and acquisitions have happened in this space. I think DraftKings has done that recently as well. So there is a lot of activity happening, and it's sort of being positioned, I think, for quite a lot of growth over the next few years. We'll see what that means for share price, but I'm actually quite optimistic and a bit bullish on this company. So what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. If you disagree, tell me, and tell me why. Don't just tell me why you disagree, tell me why. Give me some facts and figures. I want us all to know as much as we can on this company if I'm doing a stock pick session on it. So I think, that's the end of the stock pick session. Thank you very much if you got this far, and drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, of course, as every YouTuber says, and I shall see you next time. Cheers, bye.